Hello. Welcome back. Today should be a pretty simple video. I'm just going to have a speed paint of a Capri drawing in the background with a new outfit that I've been working on. I wanted something that had some sailor vibes from the old outfits, but then also had that fluff to him that the newer outfits also had. So hopefully this outfit can convey that well. But anyways, that's not the point. Today, I wanted to talk about a few things I've been working through / rambling on with a couple other art friends and a couple realizations that I've had over the past couple weeks from them and, well, from me as well. Just wondering about the idea of all of this. But for the longest time, I've been trying to learn about how to make things look more anatomically correct in my work. And I think for a lot of people, this is a major step in becoming more confident in working character poses and just figuring out how to navigate the body in general when it comes to art. This is a very difficult thing to figure out for a lot of people. And some people in art spend their entire career just learning form and learning how to show form in their work. They do a wonderful job of it. But for me, I've always kind of read that line of wanting to learn how to make things look anatomically correct, but then also working in a cute space where it doesn't necessarily matter. Once you are able to make forms feel good to the eye in cute work, oftentimes you don't need it to be something that is so strict to anatomical guidelines that you have to plot out all these things and make sure you have your knowledge cracked up to 11, you know what I mean? But this was something that took me a long time to realize. I've only just started to navigate backwards to learning to make art without having to focus on all the necessities of having this, and this, having perfect colors and having great composition, having perfect form, having all of these different things. These are important aspects, I think, in art. All in all, like, none of these are things that don't matter in artwork. However, I think what makes people's art interesting and unique is that everyone brings different levels and different varieties of these things together and shows which one of these things is most important in their work. I don't think you can have one thing that has charm to it if you try to work all of these things to the maximum, because then there's nothing to really look at. And I think that's something that I've been struggling to actually realize for the longest time. I thought I had to have every single nook and cranny of this stuff figured out to make my style feel interesting to look at. When, if I look at my work from a couple of years ago, some of the pieces that have much more simple and cute and attractive looking shapes to them, better shape language in general. In my eyes, some of those pieces have better qualities to them than just me trying to work in more anatomy for the sake of more anatomy. You know what I mean? So I was talking to a couple art friends about this, and weirdly enough, they've been getting on the same kick. Like, they are doing similar things with their work right now, where some of them are incredible anatomy experts. Some of them have such good handles on the physical form and, just all of the real in-depth muscles and mechanics of everything. And yet I look at their work right now and they're talking about simplification. They're talking about, working specific shape language and making attractive shapes and decisions, and how to work down these ideas into simple things that look attractive. And somewhere along the line, I wonder where this line switched. Because I remember a couple of years ago, I was in the exact opposite camp. I was the one that was just trying to work simple and cute stuff, and they were the ones that were trying to, learn how every muscle interacted with every other muscle and the names of everything and how to plot them and just how to make all of these things work. And somehow things got backwards in there over the past year maybe, and I'm just not sure how that came to be. But I started talking to them, a couple friends, in the same space. Some of them that, you know, had that anatomy experience, and some of them that have always worked simple and cute shapes. And it was making me realize that I made this wall for myself. This situation where I had to do this. I had to learn these things. And for what? For why? Because I thought that that specific path line of going from, ooh, I can do these things kind of enough to make it come across as something, to, hey, I know the ins and outs of anatomy in every single form. That was what I somehow got myself into thinking the path of progression had to look. That I had to look back at work from before and say, oh, that doesn't look as anatomically correct as my current work, so therefore I've learned, right? I somehow pigeonholed myself into that without ever realizing that that was what was happening. And I think over the past week or two of really diving into this and trying to put less pressure on myself to have an expected form of growth, I've already started to work into more things that I feel just better about making. As weird as that sounds, I don't know why that would be weird, but that's besides the point. As weird as it sounds, doing less to check those boxes and doing more to just work with things that I enjoy. In this case, you know, just working nice color harmonies and just working with simple and cute looking shapes has already just made me enjoy art more over the past week and a half that I've been trying it. And the weirdest thing is that I thought I would talk to the other artists about this, even the ones that have the anatomical experience, and just hear them go, oh, well, you know, you could find ways to work anatomy and all this and that into it, and it would be totally fine to do that. But instead, they've been supporting that decision and trying to guide me in doing that. Again, this is something that I've already done in the past, working with simple shapes. I just have a bit more of a refined idea about it now because I understand more about anatomy. I think that's the other thing, is learning anatomy helps you to make better decisions about simple shapes, is what I'm realizing. But again, back to the point, they fully, wholeheartedly agreed that, hey, this is, you know, if that's what you feel like doing, you should totally do that. It works great. And they showed me tips and tricks that they learned and things that they thought helped to make that transition a bit better, and just to show how loose you can really be with stuff like this. And that kind of acceptance and open-heartedness to stylistic differences, or, you know, the idea that you wanted to change your route of making art, I think that was what helped me to break down the wall of just being stuck in needing to do more or needing to learn specific things to feel like I was a better artist. And it just allows me to breathe more in the space that I know I like to work in. So just a little ramble there. Just wanted to talk about some art things that I've been experiencing and learning, even after, you know, 7-8 years of doing this professionally. So there's never any lack of learning, no matter how far in your journey you get. And I think that's important to keep in mind. I think a lot of us can get stuck in our own brains of having to live up to years and years and years of expectations and needing specific paths of growth to feel like you're still learning and still doing more than you could before. When maybe you're learning anyways and you're still doing better than before. You just don't have to put those specific routes into your work as expectations. So just good stuff to keep in mind. Again, just a little ramble. I hope that helps. If you guys have been feeling the same, or maybe just the speed paint was nice to look at, who knows? Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.